Hello, this is saxophonist Greg Fishman, and welcome to the Greg Fishman Jazz Studios Facebook group. This past month we've been working on Grand Avenue. I'm going to play the piece for you, and I'm going to point out a few things that I used when I composed it, some unifying things, some compositional techniques that will help you in your soloing. Okay, so we're going to start out. I'm going to play the piece. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the things about this piece that I always liked is that it's got a unifying quality as far as the theme, the opening two-note theme. The G sharp and the B, they occur 10 different times in this one chorus solo. Okay? So, and each time it occurs, or often I should say, often when it occurs, it's a different chord. So I'm going to take you through these now. We start in measure 1. The opening theme, and then by the time you get to measure 2, so there it is up an octave, both over E major 7. Okay, we're going to move on now to the 7th measure, this phrase. Okay, the first two notes of it, there it is again, the G sharp and the B, and in this case it's over a G sharp minor 7 chord, so it's acting as the root in the 3rd. Okay. We're going to go on next to the 2nd letter of B. This is measure 10. This figure. There's 2 of them in there. At the front of the figure, the G sharp and the B in the upper octave, but this time it's over a C sharp 7 flat 9 chord. So you can hear it, how it's fitting like that. Just a couple measures ago, it was like this. It was at the bottom of the chord. G sharp minor 7, it was acting as the root in the 3rd. Now, it's acting as the 5th and the 7th. Okay? Going on to the next measure, this is measure 11. There it is again. Now this time it's sort of hidden because it's in a moving line. But it's acting as the 9th and the 11th on an F sharp minor. In that lower register. So it's very symmetrical the way that I use it in this area of the tune, because I've got it above and then below. That's measures 10 and 11. In measures 1 and 2 I have the reverse. It starts in the low register, low and then high. And so when you get to letter B, it's high and then low. So all of these, I call them balancing devices. It's like I use them to balance out the line so that they feel like they have a nice symmetry. Okay? And let's go on to the next occurrence. This is at letter C. So this one has a passing tone of an A in between. It's E major 7 again. So it's the original harmonic setting. So it's just got that passing tone. But I would still say it still relates to the original opening two-note theme. Next, at the end of measure 20, leading into 21, we've got this figure. And what's going on here is, it's in the upper register again, and it's over an E major 7 once again. So it's acting as 3 and 5. Okay? Now, what's going on here is I invert it and I took the order of the notes and went like this. Okay, so we had like the G sharp and the B, and now we've got the G sharp up here and the B down here, and it has, you can still hear that it's related to the opening theme. So it works well from a compositional standpoint. And it's exciting. It still relates to the original theme, yet it's a larger interval. It's the opposite direction. And then I do it again in the original immediately after that in measure 22. So this whole sequence here, we got 3 in a row. Okay, so, and in this setting, it's over A major 7. It's acting as the 7th and the 9th. Okay, I'm going to review all of those settings in a minute here, so don't worry if you haven't gotten all those written down or anything yet. All right, and then the final setting is G sharp minor. It's in the middle of this line. Right there. It's part of the 16th notes, and it's in the lower register again, and it's acting as 1 and 3. Okay, so to review what we've got here with this thing, we've got the original, measure 1, acting as 3 and 5 of E major. Measure 2, beat 3, 3 and 5 of E major 7 once again. The next occurrence is measure 7, and it's over G sharp minor, the root and the 3rd. Next occurrence, measure 10, right there, it's acting as 5 and 7 over a C sharp 7. Okay, measure 11, right there, it's an F sharp minor 7 chord, and it's 9 and 11. Okay, moving on, we are at letter C, measure 17. It's those same 2 notes, but with the passing tone of the A. The chord is E major 7. Okay. Now, measure 21 leading into 22. It's E major 7 again. So we've got the 3rd and the 5th, and then the 3rd. When it drops down from that G sharp to the B, these are getting into a thing that I call dual citizen notes. Really, all of these are dual citizen notes. Dual citizen notes to me are notes that are common across many chords. So just like you could have citizenship in the United States and in Canada and in Germany or in France, in different countries you can be citizen and have citizenship and have documents that show you belong to both countries. These notes, the G sharp and the B, they belong to all of these chords, just in different locations. It's almost like they have different professions. Okay, so this one, now we're on A major 7. The G sharp and the B are acting as the 7 and the 9. Okay, and then let's get to the final one. This is measure 29. Okay, so it's the root and the 3rd. And that is just all of the occurrences of that opening theme. Now, I'm not accounting for times when I transpose the theme. That's also in there. But I think this way, if you start out like this, it's easy to spot them, and you might not have noticed these before. So I'd like you to play through the piece again and try to see how many of these unifying themes you can find really throughout the book, because I've built them in to the solos. That's what makes these etudes hold up, where they sound like they're melodic. They have a melodic quality to them. And they're not just a random series of patterns or something like that, but these are the things that you can use to make a solo sound like it has some kind of unifying quality, that even though there's variety, there are also things that bring it together as a whole. And this is one of the main compositional devices that I enjoy using. I'll take a couple of notes and repeat them as different degrees of different chords throughout the song. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson, and thank you for joining the Facebook group, and I will see you all next month.